Yo, what's up guys, it's Rob, and today I'm going to be looking at the Pulsar Xlite. This is the updated or the newer batch of the Xlite. I already did a review on this mouse on the pre-release version of this mouse that was sent out to me by Pulsar, and this one was sent out to me by Pulsar as well, so big shout out to them. So this really isn't going to be a full-on review since I already covered this mouse and reviewed it in the past. I'm just going to go over some newer things on the mouse and newer opinions on it since I got to use the mouse more. And I have updated my info in my mouse review sheet. Link to that is down in the description, as well as a link to gameplay for this mouse and a playlist for gameplay of all other mice I have reviewed, so check that out as well. And well, I do have a decent amount of gameplay with this mouse because I just, for some reason, aimed really well with it. So yeah, let's get started. So one of the main things I didn't like about the Pulsar Xlite when I first reviewed it was the cable. The cable was pretty stiff and it reminded me of the cable on the Razer Viper Mini, which is a cable that I would replace if I were to main the mouse. And that was the case with this mouse, but now they have updated the cable and this thing is very flexible. It is really nice. Just look at that. No issue whatsoever. It is a really flexible cable now, and I honestly don't think this cable needs to be replaced. And well, this new cable is really light and flexible, and I didn't really feel it all that much when playing in games. And now for the mouse feet. So I was told by Pulsar that they did round the edges of the mouse feet a bit more. I don't really see a difference visually, but what I do feel is that the glide does seem smoother on my GameSense Radar mousepad, this mousepad, which is a smooth and soft surface, but the mouse feet still remain pretty scratchy and not that smooth of a glide on my Artisan Hind, which has a rougher surface. So if I were to main this mouse, I would eventually replace the mouse feet just to get a better experience with the mouse and the glide. But yeah, there wasn't much of a difference when it came to the glide of the mouse feet or anything like that, so they pretty much almost remained the same. So on my pre-release sample of this mouse, I did notice that the mouse 1 and mouse 2 were a bit stiff, which means they just required a little bit more force than average to actuate. And now on this copy, I noticed that they require even more force now to actuate on this copy compared to my pre-release version, so they are a bit more stiff. This isn't a big deal for me because I do prefer heavier clicks because I always misclick when I use sensitive mouse 1 and mouse 2. So these are perfect for me, but if you are planning on getting this mouse, just keep in mind that mouse 1 and mouse 2 is pretty stiff. Also, on my pre-release copy, mouse 1 was nowhere near as crisp as mouse 2, but this is not the case with this copy. They're both super crisp and very satisfying to press, so that leads me to believe that my pre-release sample copy might have been defective on that part. Also, the scroll wheel has been updated. On the pre-release copy I had, the scroll wheel was a bit defective. When you would scroll down, you would sometimes hear a click every once in a while when scrolling, but that has been completely changed and it works perfectly fine. There's no issue with it. The scroll wheel is pretty quiet, which is a huge plus for a lot of people. Even if I scroll really fast, I don't really end up hearing it much. The force required to press down on middle mouse button seems to be a bit above average, so keep that in mind as well. Overall, the scroll wheel is better and the defect is gone, and well, it performed really well and it's very solid. Also, another thing I'd like to note, I don't think I mentioned this in my main review, but the grips on this mouse are really nice. They're extremely grippy. I didn't end up using the grips when I was testing the mouse, but I put them on like right after, and I kind of regret it because they feel really nice. And if you don't like the feeling of the holes on the sides or anything like that, then you could just put this mouse grip that the mouse comes with and you'll be good to go. The grips are really grippy and they feel great in hand. So overall, I don't really have any complaints with this mouse at all. I mean, the only thing would be the mouse feet that are still pretty scratchy on like a rougher surface for me. On a smoother surface, they're fine. But other than that, there really isn't much to complain about. It's crazy because, I mean, I still find it very odd how there's a huge hole or huge holes on the bottom of the mouse. But the structural integrity of the mouse is still amazing. There's like no flex anywhere. There's no rattle, no creaking, nothing like that. And the mouse feels very solid. It's just insane. Also, the mouse is really lightweight, of course. And well, I really think this mouse just got even better. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching the video. Stick around for the gameplay because I got a ton of it when using this mouse again. So yeah, I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Haha, Charles.
Kidding me with these steam rockets?
2, 1. Wins the round. Fight. Last standing. Impressive. Impressive. Blue wins the round. 1. Fight. Blue wins the round.
Tener sangre azul, yo creo.
Fight.
Es perfecto.
Por estar escribiendo.
1. Kill.
Cabrón, mi bon.
Bonus. Ya estás muerto, Pantro.
Ya te había dejado, pero con la placenta colgando.
Red wins the round. Fight. Rails. Impressive. Two, one, fight. Last standing. Revenge. Blue wins the round. Impressive. 1. Fight.
Hola chicas.